And yes, we're laying in bed. I'm tired, okay? Mommy is tired. I got Albie, I got Donnie. Guess who's going for a round fucking three, bitch? Yep, round three. Unfortunately, my dumbass. Anyway, next fucking caller. I came to y'all to talk to y'all about something real important. This don't gotta be about relationship and it don't gotta be about friendship. We just gonna have a little talk. So stay with me now. Go get your snacks. Go get your wine. Go get your water. Whatever you need to chill, lay back, relax, and rewind. Cause baby, we ain't doing nothing more than just chilling. Nothing more, nothing less. We gonna chill and talk. So before I even get into this, how was your day today? Because I know that wintertime is the time that most people go through seasonal depression, and sometimes a lot of people need somebody. And even though sometimes I know a lot of us, it's hard for us to admit that we need somebody or reach out and ask somebody for help. But like I said, I just want to be a voice to the people that feel like you're not heard. I know it can feel like you're alone in this thing, but I just want you to know that everything happens for a reason. Down to the people that surround you, the events that take place, everything happens for a reason. Now, today I want to talk to y'all about the expired experience. Because sometimes you're not depressed, sometimes you're not angry, sometimes you're not sad. It's just the energy of the people that you're holding around you. The moment you let it go, you let all of that other stuff go. Because out of sight, out of mind. That's not to say that you won't deal with it. When I let certain people go and I let certain things go, I noticed how my life was a lot calmer. I was starting to get me back. I was starting to get my mind back. But when I allowed certain people back in my life, my mind and my life changed. Because one thing about God, when He removes somebody, He means that shit. And the moment you put them back after He removes them, He's now going to chastise you. And He doesn't give a fuck how it affects you because you're going to have to learn. And I know that's harsh to say it like that, but regardless of the situation, when God removes somebody, and you're going to know when God removes them. Because it's going to happen like somebody washed in like a flood. You're going to know when God said it was time for them to go. Now, me on the other hand, I have this problem where I decide that I want to look back or check and see sometimes, I be wanting to check and see on people. Because it's like sometimes I've been in experiences where I've only been around people who tried to make me feel like I wasn't loved and I wasn't who I said I am. They wanted me to think that me personally, my mind, and everything that I was telling myself of who I was experiencing imposter syndrome. But they wanted to convince the world, like, no, she's not who she says she is. And for a second there, if you would have been there where I was, you would have probably believed it too. Because when I tell you, some people who are literally working against you, and it could be somebody you love, it could be somebody you lay with, it could be a friend. Sometimes it's the people you least expect that'll be looking at you like you the enemy and you loving them wholeheartedly the whole time. And you see, sometimes, whether in friendship or relationship, sometimes things can become so complicated and emotions can just be overdrawn to the point where there is no coming back from it, no matter how many conversations you have, no matter how many times you try to get over it, because some things just can't be forgotten. And I understand sometimes people say, well, we have to forgive not for other people but for ourselves. And that's true, we do have to forgive. But holding on to people that we know cause us great turmoil, you can forgive them, but you don't ever forget. And me, a person that has neurodivergent, who is neurodivergent and trying to navigate the world and understand neurotypical people and neurotypical cues and stuff like that. Because when I have conversations with other neurotypical people, it's like, oh, okay. And then the craziest thing, people be like, you don't look autistic. I know. Because one of my favorite, like one of my, what do you call that? One of my biggest, like, things like, what do you call that? When, like, I want to say autistic people tend to have hyper fixations on things. Like, they end up having like special people that they look at as their special person. Ironic, right? Like, we tend to have people that, like, it's always that one person that we choose to cling to and we tend to just love on, whether they give us love back or whether they don't. And it's always that one person that knows our strengths and our weaknesses. And me personally, I got the best of all worlds because I have autism, BPD, anxiety, and depression. So it's like, imagine. And for the people that tells me I don't look autistic, oh, thank you. It's not fun to be high masking. And I hate that term because when I say I'm high functioning, people tells me, "Oh, well, it don't look like you struggled or anything." That's the point of high masking. If you saw my struggle and you saw my autism, you wouldn't be able to see me. The thing about it is, my autism is like this. I can cook, like, I'm talking about a full holiday, full course meal, right? But I still don't know how to cook oatmeal or rice. I'm not even joking. It's shit like that. I could literally read above a college level. But at one point in time, especially in my second grade year, I was reading on a college grade level in second grade, but I couldn't write worth a damn. I had to literally sit there and practice and practice and practice. And I know y'all may be wondering, Dom, why are you telling me all of this? I don't care. This is your life. This is what you deal with. I'm telling you this because I understand what it feels like to go through stages with people that you want to be having in your life, regardless of how they may treat you, etc., etc. And sometimes I have to tell myself, like, you don't need that. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I know this may sound vain or this may sound a certain way, but sometimes saying I'm too good for this or I'm too pretty for this or it's above me now, it's an excuse. It's a good excuse too. Because you know why? Fuck yeah, I am too pretty for that. Fuck yeah, I am too good for that. Anybody who thinks that they're better than me or I'm beneath them, they don't deserve me. I'm just in my season of, if you want to do what you want to do to me, I'm going to let you. If you feel like punishing me is what you need to do, I'm going to let you. If you feel like not talking to me ever again is what you need to do, I'm going to let you. I'm going to let you. Because you know why? The people that are easy to take advantage of are very hard to replace. So I'm going to let you. I'm going to have the sleepless nights now so that when it's your turn, you're going to feel me. Because you always are going to miss me when I'm gone. I'm somebody that is a force to be fucking reckoned with. Sometimes I have to talk to myself like this. I literally deadass look in the mirror and talk to myself and I tell myself, you a badass bitch. The fuck is you letting anybody dusty, musty fucking son deter you from your purpose for? And then sometimes I gotta really sit there and be disrespectful with myself because that's the only way I'm gonna get it. That's the only way I'm gonna get it. Is if I'm disrespectful to myself. Like how other people think that they can be to me. But I swear to God, if I start acting how I feel, who the fuck is gonna take care of my kids? Because I know once I turn into that old crash out that I used to be, and some of y'all that used to know me, and I be trying to tell me about who I used to be, baby, you know me. You know how it can get. You know just how good it can get on this side. So try me if you want to. Because my kids just calm me down. But it's genuinely a thing for me because it's like, if I genuinely get to that point, what would I do? How far would I take it? You know? And it's just like a lot of the times, I know I be coming on this app and I be talking to y'all and I be getting real personal. And some of y'all be like, huh? And then some of y'all be tuned in because y'all can genuinely relate. And then some of y'all just want to know what's tea, and that's fine. Because what may be tea to you is somebody else's testimony as well, so that's fine. It's just funny to me because you're going to have people that's going to laugh at you or try to taunt you with shit that you told them. But one thing about me that I'm learning is You can't taunt me with some shit that I had to already sit with and sit through. I had to sit with the ugliest versions of myself. So nobody can't tell me about myself. It may hurt me now because I'm emotional and sensitive due to pregnant reasons, unfortunately. My babies are a blessing. I just hate how my pregnancies keep happening for me. And one thing I'm going to tell you ladies, when somebody tells you that they don't want you, whether it's through their actions or their motherfucking words, you do not let them fucking tell you twice. I don't give a fuck if it's your parents, your siblings, your cousin, your blood cousin, your second cousin, your third cousin, the niglet from around the corner. Nigga, don't let nobody play with you. Ever. Do you understand me? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Don't let nobody play with you. Because, baby, you're the one. You may not see it right now, but you're the one. They gonna regret fucking with you. And that depression, that anxiety, you gonna fight it. You ain't gonna let that shit become you. Because whatever is in you is not on you. So they can't take it away. Whatever spirit is holding you down, whether it's the spirit of anxiety or the spirit of depression or the spirit of laziness, the spirit of procrastination, and you feel like you're not going to get to that next level, or you got somebody in your ear making you feel like you're not going to get to that next level. I don't know who I'm talking to, but God sent me to just tell you, it's going to be okay. If you come to him and you talk to him and you like, God, I need you to remove this from me. I'm here to remind you of what he can do. Because he did it for me. I was homeless 2 years with my son. 2 years plus. I didn't just start getting stability until after I had my second son. And I know I had people that clowned me. Shit, I still have people clowning me. Why do you keep having all of these kids without stability? Da, 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 da. God didn't send me my babies for no reason. I'm done comparing my life to people that got support and genuine love around them. Because when you don't have that, you can't compare. When you watching other people's kids have a village, don't get me wrong. I've had people come into my life and show me nothing but love. And this time period and time periods before this one. But when you get so discouraged to the point where you don't know your right from your left, and you don't know how to keep going, it becomes very hard to sit with yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to keep going. Let me tell y'all something real quick, and I'm going to let y'all go. I was 16, and I used to always tell myself, I'm not going to make it past 16. I was suicidal. But then I turned 17 while still being suicidal. Then I turned 18 while still being suicidal. Then I turned 19, 20, 21. Then I turned 22 while still being suicidal. 23 and 24 is coming up. Long story short, I never thought I'd be here to see year 24. I used to be told that I wasn't that important, even by people that loved me. They made me feel it. One thing that I do know is people don't like you until everybody likes you. And once everybody likes you, they hate you because everybody likes you. So you'll never make another person happy, truly. Unless you're happy with you first. Because 9 times out of 10, if they can't beat you, then they'll play along with you. A lot of people be like, they only doing what you allow. And I was screaming and fighting with myself one day, and then I stopped. And that day was today, and I breathed and I said, this is only happening because you're allowing it. It is. The day you stop and say, I'm too good for this, you're gonna watch life literally just start happening for you. But you know what? I was abandoned a lot as a child. So now being an adult, it's scary for me. Even if I know a person isn't right for me, it's scary for me to sometimes say goodbye. But that don't mean I don't say it. I don't give a fuck how scary it is. I'm crying. Bye. Crying and all. Bags packed and all. Don't let the door hit you. I'm not saying become that way. I'm just saying, understand, everything comes in our lives for seasons. Some things are supposed to stay forever. Some things are only supposed to happen for right now. And some things are only supposed to happen for as long as it's supposed to happen. We break our own hearts by trying to keep a person, place, or thing longer than we're supposed to. And one thing we gotta understand is a person is not our property. I try to have these conversations with y'all every winter and stuff like that because I understand seasonal depression and emotional depression. I say emotional depression, chronic depression, all that stuff. I understand anxiety. Like sometimes I have anxiety so bad to the point where if I make up a scenario in my head, I won't be leaving the house that day. I don't care what I gotta do. I don't give a fuck if I gotta go to work. I'm not leaving the house that day. That's how bad it gets for me. So, if you're anything like me, you're not alone. Sometimes the only way I can get through my phases of depression is just sit with me. The only person that I can say that I can honestly count on and have been able to count on, not even the only person, because I can't just give one person the credit for that, but the number one person that I can give credit to for making sure that they know that they let me know that I'm loved, my son. I have a friend. I'm gonna call her the astronaut. And I have a cousin. I'm gonna just call him Stretch. I just want to thank you guys. Because if I didn't have y'all at the end of 2023 going into 2024, there would be no road down to Cole. Because I would have ended it all. And I know how y'all feel about people getting emotional and posting it. But I'm done hiding. I'm done hiding if I'm happy or if I'm sad or if I'm feeling away. I'm gonna feel it until I don't feel it no more. So even if I gotta get on this bitch and cry with y'all every day, if you don't want to watch me, unfollow. Unadd me. Do what you gotta do. But just know on this page, you're gonna see me as much as I need you to see me. Just know on this page, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I wanna do. Because for the longest of time, I was told who I could be, and I was told who I couldn't be, and I was told I'm not this, I am this, I'm not that. I just wanna be me. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. I genuinely think that this year, coming into, not even this year, the end of 2024, going into 2025, all the way up, it's my time. I used to do this thing with my grandmother. Every year we would make, what do you call that? We would make, vision boards. And it was to give me hope, because she knew I was battling with a lot while she was battling with her own things. She would say, Dami, this gonna be our year this year. She would make me write down my long-term goals and my short-term goals. And before you knew it, I was just checking them off. Just checking them off, you know? Some days I feel like I lost one of my bestest friends. Because my relationship with my parents was just not the same once I got into this relationship. And I'm not saying that it was the healthiest relationship that a child could ask for, but it was better than what it is now. I don't know. I'm just tired of being the survivor, but I'm tired of being hurt. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all remember that YouTube series that we had in 2016, 2017 with Hurt Bay and the narcissistic guy she was with? Like, he was telling her everything that he had did behind the scenes and all that stuff. He was telling her how he like affected her, everything that he was doing behind her back and stuff like that, everything that he didn't tell her. And she was just sitting there like, okay. And she was just crying. And then when they had that interview where she came back and she was just like, Hurt Bay is no longer Hurt Bay anymore. I didn't understand it at the time. But it wasn't until I had to keep letting go of friendships that didn't serve me because they were always either one-sided. It wasn't until I had to let go of relationships that I didn't want to let go of because I felt like for the first time either they saw me or I was finally accepted in a place or a group because I was with this person, or I finally felt something that I didn't feel for another person with this person. So it's like, that's why I wanted it. But then when I look back and I genuinely look back, a lot of the people that I was calling friends were not my friend, but I was their friend. I was their partner. I was their lover. And it's like, if you can relate to that and you can understand that, it's not you. Like I said in my other video, sometimes we're genuinely put on this earth because we're supposed to be of service to other people. And sometimes God put the vulnerability that we have within us or the sensitivity that we have within us. It's not a curse. It's actually a blessing in disguise, because some people let their hearts get hardened and they don't go back to being the nice person that they once used to be. Some people allow other people to taint and change who their whole being is. And it's like, I've come across certain people where it's just like, damn, I know you're like this to me now, but I once saw the human in you. So now it's just like you're battling whether or not you want to stay to give it a little bit of extra time and see how things can go, or do you want to go? And sometimes your first mind is correct. Not even sometimes, all the time. I used to say to myself, because now they got a new thing that TikTok had brought to our attention. It's something called the password with God. I'm sorry, I had to fix my wig. This shit hurt it. Yeah, I told y'all it's the real Dominico. So if you don't want to see the real, get your ass off my page. Next caller. Anyway, so what was I saying? But yeah, I don't know. I'm coming to terms and I'm accepting who I am. I'm accepting that there's no right or wrong way to do this mother shit. Who I am before the mommyhood is gonna change after. I may not be able to keep some of the people that I wanted to keep in my life, and that's okay. I've also learned that sometimes freeing yourself is better than keeping yourself hostage to a person, place, or situation. So that's kind of where we're at with it, guys. This chapter is called Freedom. I hope you feel just as free as I do. And I know some days we're going to have our days that we're going to go back and we're going to think the world is falling apart and it's happening to us again. But that's why I'm here. To remind you that it's only happening for us. A lot of the times we be thinking that things are happening to us. You ever look back sometimes and think about all the things that you ever wanted? And then you end up getting something better later in life and you look back and be like, damn, I'm so glad I didn't get what I wanted. I hope you get a lot of those in life. I hope everything you felt like you missed out on, it gets returned to you, but in a better form. I hope everything that you feel like you lost, it returns to you, but in a better way. Everything you feel like you missed out on, I hope God give it to you times 10. Any dream or anything that you ever wanted to go after, and somebody, whether they were close to you or somebody that was from afar, tried to take that dream away or try to crumble it and tell you that you would never get there or you would never make it, I'm here to tell you that God didn't put that dream in you for no reason. And it wasn't a conference call when He called you to do what He told you to do. Fuck those people, respectfully. Respectfully. They will never be able to understand the magnitude of what God sent you to do if He didn't call them. You hear me? I'm gonna be back. But I just wanted you to know we gonna be alright. We gonna be alright. Can you hear me? Do you feel me? I said we gonna be alright. I love you. Be cool.